New age customer looking to buy a new age home in a city which fulfills all the requirements, all the wishes, all their desires. What better than Thane? In Thane, to buy a home, what better platform than the CREDAI MCHI Property and Real Estate Expo? And to talk about this, what better person than Ayushi Asher, next gen, hands on, and a real estate developer who has delivered some of the best projects Thane has seen in recent days. Ayushi, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you so much for the kind introduction.
So, when we talk about Thane, from your perspective as a next gen developer, how would you define the city for a home seeker?
So, having been born and brought up in Thane, I've really seen its evolution over the past 25, 30 years. I remember when I used to go to school, I studied at Hirandani Foundation School in Thane, and taking that Gudbandar road, it was almost, like an isolated highway that we used to take. And today, 20 years later, there is no open spot almost seen, on either side of that road. So the evolution of Thane is a representation of the urban growing India and the aspirational India. You can really see that transformation in the past 20-25 years and what the Indian consumer and market wants. I think Thane is one of the true representations of that urbanization, of urban growth, of the infrastructure growth that the city is seeing today. So what really makes Thane stand out, I feel, is the connectivity. It is in a really good spot in the eastern suburb where whether you take the northern side from KDMC or all the way till South Bombay, with the infrastructure upgradation, you can get anywhere in 45 to 50 minutes, which will be even shorter with the upcoming metro and all the infrastructure upgradation that's coming along. So I think the connectivity aspect is a big win for Thane. Even more so than the western suburbs, because we know the western suburbs is often faces a lot more traffic issues than Thane. Second is the cultural aspect. Thane is a very old city, so people who have been born and raised here, they don't really want to leave Thane, because now today Thane has all the social infrastructure that is at par with some of the best of the world, or the best of what Bombay has to offer. Whether you take its schools, hospitals, there's a lot of commercial development coming in. So it is at par with some of the top cities in the Indian subcontinent that way. So the aspirational class doesn't really want to leave that, their comfort zone, a place where they have really grown up in, midst nature, midst the hills, the lakes, all of those things. They don't really want to leave that. They want to make sure that their kids and future generations have that little bit of association with nature, living in an urban city like Bombay, and I think Thane offers just that. And last but not the least, I feel the real estate options. It is a very diverse market. You have right from affordable to ultra luxury. I feel Thane really has a great spectrum of offerings. Gated communities, townships, standalone buildings, best of amenities, all of it is really within this one city, and that is because it has more space than Bombay, and that really drives developers to design better, to really work on good amenities, good brand partnerships, brand associations coming in. And that lifestyle aspect is really what gets buyers into Thane, because when you are going and working, in Bombay, at least I think it's 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. minimum, you at least want your kids or grandkids and mother and father and grandparents to really enjoy a good lifestyle, which is what you have worked for so hard, and Thane offers exactly that.
So let's get to the point of what sort of homes you get in Thane. You mentioned a wide budgetary range, from affordable to high-end luxury. From your perspective as a developer, which is the segment that has the maximum demand, then the next in line, and the next in line? So 3 categories.
Sure. So I think Thane is, again, it has everything, right? You have your 1 BHKs. Sorry, we start at studios. You have from all the way from studios 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you have Jodi apartments, duplexes, now you have penthouses, all of these things have come in. So it has a really wide spectrum. One thing I want to say here is, right after 2020, we saw a lot of big developers also coming into Thane. For us, this has been our home ground since the past 25 years, and we're very proud to have been a homegrown Thane brand. But we have seen a lot of developers also coming in, and that is because Thane really is almost the cash cow for every developer. When even they may be having, their luxury developments in Bombay, but Thane is where the aspirational Mumbai buyer really actually what an aspirational Mumbai buyer calls home, and that is again because of this wide spectrum of inventory that we see.
From the wide spectrum of inventory that you mentioned, let's also look at the aspect. Thane is one of the few places where you can do the walk to work and walk back home in reality. Your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I mean, we have launched projects which were about almost 10 to 12 years ago when we did Asher IT Park, which was the biggest, largest and biggest IT park back in 2008 is when we launched it. And we launched Asher 16, which is a gated residential community 2 minutes away. That was, almost 10 years ago where we conceptualized this walk to work culture. And taking that forward today with the upcoming metro, most of our projects are at prime locations near metro stations, and it's almost like you walk to the metro. It's less than 100-meter walk to the metro. You hop into the train eventually, which and then you will get to your workplace, and that seamless connectivity is what really makes Thane stand out, and offers you the best of affordability, the best of a nature-centric lifestyle, while making sure you're still connected with the city and the heart of Bombay. So I think that is the walk-to-work culture.
So from there to the next level, which is Thane's real estate evolving to the scenario where luxury housing now seems to be growing in terms of demand. Yeah. How do you see this getting into the next 5 years?
Yeah, I mean, I was reading this report by JLL just I think a couple of weeks ago, where it said that 60% of the home buyers, by the time we reach 2030, 60% of the home buyers are going to be Gen Z and millennials, and almost I think 20% of those sales are going to be in the luxury segment. Now that is really interesting because again, one more thing is, since 2022 till today, in 2022, and again this comes from a survey we were doing because we are looking at launching a residential luxury project. In 2022, if there were 200 apartments, 3 BHK apartments sold, in 2023 it's about 750, and in 2024, this year, that number has crossed 1,000 plus. So we're seeing a steady rise in the luxury segment in Thane, driven by the younger generations as well, who are becoming decision makers, going forward in the home buying decision. And that is because, one, upgradation. Thane it's an old residential ecosystem. So everyone who has been in this ecosystem for the past 10-15 years wants to upgrade. They want to get a better lifestyle at these large, whether it is a gated community or a residential project from a good developer. They really want the best of lifestyle. Second is, again, you're seeing that luxury boom because of what the younger generation wants, whether it is more emphasis on lifestyle, sustainability, more emphasis on delivery track record. Yeah, smart homes is a big thing. So the consumer today wants their home to be their safe space. They want to make sure that when they come home, everything is kind of taken care of, and when they come home, they don't have to really step out again to get anything, and to be able to build and provide that lifestyle. That's one of the key aspects of why luxury homes is really doing well. Apart from the fact that now people are wanting larger homes, larger spaces, the work from home culture is big, and usually there's at least one member in the family who's at least working from home. So you want to cater to them, and most people want to have at least one extra bedroom or half a bedroom at least, where you can which can be converted into a home office. So all of these factors combined, I feel, is leading to people investing in larger homes. People investing in real estate first, I think, and then they're looking at larger homes, better amenities, and more luxury projects. I think that's kind of the decision-making factors going in.
So Prashant, from the perspective that she has just brought up, which is that luxury as a home segment is growing, and the numbers are really good, the way she put it, from 300 to 750 to 1000 plus.
Yes.
From your perspective as a real estate consultant, how well does this translate when someone is looking for a home in Thane, has an average budget, how much easy it is to convince them to instead upgrade to a luxury home in Thane?
See, Thane, for one, it's buyers have started looking Thane and they have started buying Thane. So I don't see there any issues in we have to promote Thane. Thane established now. And when you say ki people want to come here Thane and buy a bigger apartment, that's already historically that has been happening, and that has been the driver of Thane. The cost at which one bedroom used to come at till Mulund, you used to get 2-bedroom all kitchen in Thane. So more real estate is always beneficial, and that's the very easy thing to sell and to be consumed by the buyer. Today, what she said was right, the infrastructure boom is going to be witnessed by the real estate boom. The appreciation will come once this infrastructure is in place. Secondly, this infrastructure and the possession of the luxury segment, these are all going to happen at the same time.
So what you are saying is, everyone knows there is a metro line to Wadala, for instance. The crunch will come when you have the internal metro in Thane city start running, maybe 5 years down the line, which is about the time when most of these luxury projects which have been recently launched are due for possession. So you are saying this is what is going to happen.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the classic example is Gurgaon, where there was the first city which had an internal metro connecting to a mainline metro. So we can draw parallels to that. What happened to Gurgaon market? Gurgaon is right, in 20 years, 30 years, Gurgaon has started selling 100 crore apartments. They are launching. So I am saying, if you see the same parallel here, same size of the city, expanding always, and sister city, Gurgaon was a sister city to Delhi, we are a sister city to Mumbai. Same infrastructure, job opportunities, employment, everything. And the same kind of impact will happen here. So I am very, very sure the infrastructure which will be up and running in next 3 to 4 years will also impact the appreciation angle of real estate very, very high.
Ayushi, coming to this aspect of infrastructure driving appreciation in property prices, you recently mentioned something about how a metro station impacts the price increase over a time frame.
Yeah.
Could you say something more on that relating to the Thane real estate market?
Metro plays a huge role. I think anywhere between 10 to 15% appreciation is the bare minimum once the metro comes in and is functional. And we have seen this across the country, not just in Bombay. Bombay examples are Ghatkopar, Andheri, all of those areas. But we have seen it at a pan-India level where the metro has really changed the game of a location. So yes, 100% the metro will lead to considerable price appreciations in the Thane market.
But in Thane, what we are also seeing is that the luxury segment's growth is matched by the quantum of infrastructure which is coming in. So is there something that a person looking to buy a home in Thane needs to keep in mind?
I think one of the main things for any real estate consumer, honestly, this is not again just Thane, is to check the brand's track record, to not just get swayed by the marketing things, but really check the brand's track record and delivery track record more than anything. While all this infrastructure is coming in, you want to make sure that your project is safeguarded, your hard-earned money is safeguarded. So delivery track record for me is one of the biggest, it can be the green flag or the red flag for that matter. when you're considering investing in real estate and investing with the right brand.
So green flag and red flag. So how do you define the CREDAI MCHI Property Expo? Green, totally green, or greener than green?
Dark green flag. No, it's I think the MCHI Expo is a great opportunity for the home buyers to come in. It's one platform where you have I don't know the number, I think it's at least more than 50 plus brands coming in and showcasing the best of what they have, and most of the brands have really great schemes, great opportunities, and it's a one-stop solution for you to find your dream home. So I think that is why it's a really great platform for home buyers who are seeking to purchase new.
And at the expo, I'm sure you also have a pavilion there.
Yes.
So can you tell us something about what sort of offerings and why should a home seeker make it a don't miss stop when they are in the expo?
So with regards to Asher Group, we're showcasing one of our newest launches. It's Asher Mirak at the Mulund Thane corridor. Just as how I think Asher specializes in taking up smaller micro markets and really creating an impact there. We started out with Srinagar back in 2001. That was our first project. Moved into Agle Estate, where we did Asher IT Park and really created a game-changing commercial building. Then moved into Pali Hill, where we had Navroz. Then we moved into Kalwa as a market, and we are the biggest branded developer there. And now again we've come back to Mulund Thane corridor, which is Srinagar, and we're doing a 11-acre gated community there, which will really change the game. And along with that, we have an international school there, which is Finland International School. So all in all, we really believe in uplifting the urban fabric and delivering the right solutions that the city probably didn't think it needed at that point, but we think 5 years ahead in terms of our thought process, and we really aim to drive the right real estate solution across. And that's what we are presenting at the expo. We have Asher Mirak, we have Asher Pulse, Asher Arise, which is in Kalwa. So multiple projects that we're showcasing, and we're very excited to meet a lot of the home buyers there at the expo.
So talking about Kalwa, which is one of those locations where I'm sure you were the first branded developer to move in with such a luxury sort of project. Yeah. Tell us something about that project and how that location is going to evolve because of your project.
So our first project was Asher Arya. It was about, it was delivered in 2019. This is our second project there in Kalwa. It is the largest branded project. It's we have 240-story towers, again filled with amenities. It's a gated community. Kalwa's first infinity pool, lot of open spaces, landscape gardens, manicured lawns. So the lifestyle aspect is one thing, but I think what we really specialize in is picking the right locations. So this project is 2 minutes walking from Kalwa station and about 7 to 8 minutes from Thane station, which I think is the decision-making factor for a lot of people who are living in Kalwa. Secondly, I already spoke about the lifestyle. It is an upgradation of lifestyle, and it's a very futuristic project with regards to everything that it has to offer. Last but not the least, it has really breathtaking views of both Parsik Hills on one side and the Thane Creek on the other side. Again, all of those things are, it's easy when every real estate developer kind of says that, but when you actually experience this project, it has unending views, and it will remain so because it faces the railway station. So there's nothing really that's going to come up there, and so we're excited to see how this project will unfold. Currently, we have completed the RCC structure. We're almost 5 to 6 months away from possession, so it's the perfect time for the consumer to come in and move in 2025.
Move in 2025 in Expo, which is also being held in 2025, which I think is icing on the cake.
She is looking for a great business there.
But Prashant, from your perspective, isn't Kalwa also a location that gains from all the commercial workspaces on the belt from Navi Mumbai into Thane.
Absolutely. The way Kalwa, they were the pioneers of developing big developments in Kalwa. I think the tallest building was constructed by you, and this one is again creating same peaks. Kalwa is a very strategic location where if you go to Navi Mumbai, all these sectors of Airoli, Diga and all these, the CIDCO has allotted only small plots. So the lifestyle driven development has never happened on this Navi Mumbai belt. And Kalwa was the only location which had a very sweet spot, very well connected to Thana and very well connected to Navi Mumbai. So entire IT development which happened in Navi Mumbai, I am sure she might have got great response from that segment of people.
100%.
So coming to you being a next gen developer, what sort of difference have you brought in to the product that is available to your home seeker?
I think here we have a design first approach at Asher Group. What we have really tried to do is we are very scientific about the process of designing. We really go into in-depth understanding and research of what the consumer wants. So, and that goes from designing the spaces from the inside first and then, stepping out. So one of the really interesting features that we just newly launched about 1.5 years back is our design philosophy. It's called Urban Maximalism. And it has a three-pronged approach. The first is an inside-out approach to designing, which means that we design the apartments first and then we design everything else, whether it is the facade, whether it is the amenities, all of those things, to ensure maximum space optimization for the client who's actually going to use the inside spaces inside the apartment. The second is a minimalistic approach to designing. By that I mean our facades, our elevations, all of that are simplistic and futuristic to one extent, and they have one standout feature. So most of the elevations that you see, they will be very minimal, very easy to maintain, because we understand that, this is what the consumer has to live with for 20, 30, 40 years. And real estate is not a short-term game, and I may create something beautiful, and if, the customers are not able to maintain it, it's not going to look good in the end. So we really have simplified that process, made sure that it's a minimalistic approach to the entire design. And the last but not the least is the community aspect of design. We really emphasize on creating amenity spaces that uplift the lifestyle, and overall our projects should leave an impact on the urban fabric. So whether it is Kalwa or whether it is Asher Mirak at Mulund Thane corridor, all of these have really upgraded the local micro markets as well, and that is kind of, I feel, the true contribution that a real estate developer can make to any given micro market.
And talking about your being on the managing committee at CREDAI MCHI, how do you see your role in terms of MCHI being a safety margin for a buyer? I believe a couple of years back the cash line used to be MCHI hai to bharosa hai. Your take on that?
I think MCHI has done a wonderful job being such a credible body. They have got together so many developers who all work in tandem, not just for policy reforms, but also for a lot of aspects that are eventually going to impact the consumer. So whether it is GST, whether it is FSI related policy issues, whether it is the environmental regulations, MCHI as a body really comes together to work to make real estate more unified, more accessible, and better for the consumers at large as well. So it has had a very impactful approach when the impact has been tremendous when we see MCHI's contribution to at least MMR's real estate ecosystem. And at a national level, I see MCHI doing so much work, whether it is with labor welfare, green buildings, upcoming petitions, government regulations, aviation, environment. Every aspect of urban development, and MCHI is there contributing very, very significantly and heavily. And we're proud to be part of MCHI and such an incredible association.
For the home seeker looking at buying a home in Thane, what would be your reason, the topmost reason you would give them to buy a home in Thane?
I think the location and connectivity. I think that really sets it apart and makes Thane, what it is. And it's only going to get better. That is the beauty in me saying that the connectivity aspect is really what is going to further, 5 years down the line when we sit and have this conversation again. That is going to be that talking point that has really changed the game for Thane.
5 years down the line, we'll hold on to that thought. We'll be back and we'll talk about what growth has been seen in those 5 years. For now, for you as a home seeker, the Property Expo by CREDAI MCHI Thane is a don't miss. Make sure you are there and make sure you visit the Usher stall. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.